Alright, hey YouTube, Doing Sauce here, back with another video, and today's feature is going to be part one of two. It's going to be a more or less a series showcase of the 2011 Hot Wheels garage line. So if you've watched me for a while, you saw I did a rundown of the 2009 Larry's Garage as well as the 2010 Larry's, Wayne's, and Phil's Garage sets, and now we got the 2011 sets. So on this first video, we're gonna look at I'll backtrack a little bit. So in 2011, the Garage series was split into kind of 5 mini segments within it. You had a Ferrari set, you had a Volkswagen set, you had a GM set, which will be featured here, and then you got Ford and Mopar, which will be on the next video. It was just a bunch of different cars they did. Nothing was really even. Like the Ferrari and Volkswagen sets had, like, I think 6 different cars. You can see GM had, you can't see it on the video, but GM had 22. Ford had 20 something as well, and Mopar had like 15 or something like that. So there's some were only done 1 in color, some were done 2 for the regular line. Then you had the exclusive sets that had exclusive colors in them. Although that bus was kind of a weird one. I'll explain that when we get there. So I think first we'll just go ahead and we'll do Volkswagen first, because I got the cards right here. So first up on that set, we had this version of the Carmen Gia. This one was both released single as well as was part of the I think it was in the garage. I think it was in the Walmart set. Yeah, it had to be 3-car set. So yeah, it was definitely in the in that Walmart garage set. So it's flat black with the kind of the flat gray there. Deco, yeah. So this one, like I said, I had that one loose. I'm pretty sure I got loose from a. It was probably from one of the garage sets. Actually, I think I had a card one too at some point. All right. Next up, we'll go ahead and look at the '65 Volkswagen Fastback, done up in this orange color. So this is one also used in the 2010 garage line. That one ended up being a Target exclusive for those ones. But yeah, so you saw this is still with this one the pop up body like that. It does just kind of flop off. It was a 98 first edition, amazing, funny enough. Although this one, which sucks, I didn't notice that. I had a chip, you saw I didn't even drop it. It was like that in the package, which kind of sucks. The light is missing a little bit. That's from a package rub. I knew that. Yeah, so a little chip there on the fender sucks, but yeah, that is the Volkswagen Fastback. Actually, this will give us the list. So yeah, they got the I don't have either. Let's see, which ones do I not have? I don't have either. There were 2 colors of the drag beetle. I don't have either of them. One was gray and orange. The other was like the drag bus back there. And then the square back. The purple one's fairly common. The black one, though, is very scarce. It's one of the rarer ones from this line, and I'll get to that a bit later. Next up, we'll go ahead and look at the first color of the Volkswagen Beetle, done up in yellow and kind of dark yellow, or dark yellow and white. And there is Beetle. So, older casting. Definitely not newer at this point, because this was I think an 88 copyright. Yep. Yeah, the casting itself debuted in 89. Obviously very popular. Yeah, so this is just the first color used for this garage set. Pretty neat. And then next up, the second color in purple and flat black with some flames. I really like this one. Definitely a less common version of the car, but not too hard to obtain. And easily the one I like. I like this one more than the yellow and white one, for sure. So that's the Volkswagens. I'll get to that drag bus at the end here. The stuff back there I'll explain at the end. All right, so next up, we'll look at the Ferraris. We got the 512. This one I know this one came out of the Walmart set. And it was only done in the one color, so... And I don't have... I almost dropped it. I do not have another one to chase down. Yes, still with the flip back, or flip up back. Yeah. So that is the Ferrari 512. And we got a 330 P4, the 308 GTS Quattro Volvo, and the 365 GTB4 Daytona. Just so we can see here, I don't have a dyno or Dino. I don't have the 250 GTOs. The only solo color was red. I don't have that one, and the Dino, it was only done in black. I have one, but it was a wheel swap one I got out of a 50-cent bin years ago. But we got, first up, we'll look at the blue 365 GTB Daytona. Absolutely love this one. This one was done in a second color, red with black stripe. I think it's black stripes. Pretty sure it's black stripes on that one. That one, again, it was a later series release, and it is not it is not common at all. And like most other Hot Wheels Ferraris, not too cheap, it's an expensive one. Straight up, it is an expensive one. But here we got the blue Daytona. And the one out of 30 car set is exactly like this. So the 30 car set, Walmart set, only had 5 exclusives in it. And it was like all the carded ones of the certain cars. So it was, that Volkswagen bus there. The 250 GTO Ferrari in silvery gray, and this Chevy truck there, and then a Blazer and a Dodge Power Wagon. We'll get to that, but worry about the Ford and Dodge on the next video. Next up, we will look at the 330 P4. It's done up in yellow. This is actually one I also like when I got that wheel swap Dino. There was one of these in there too. It had yellow 5 spokes on it, and I just grabbed it. It looked pretty neat. So there is our yellow P4 Ferrari. Whoa. So get that tire back on there. Come on. There we go. Goes now. There is the P4. And then a very popular one in this set, the 308 GTS Quattro Valvo. Shit. We're good. Come on. So here is the garage Ferrari. And another one, just it only had the one color, so nothing too fancy with this one. Just a very well done casting and a very cool look. Granted, the Magnum PI one, way more desired than this one. Even though they are quite similar, the Magnum PI one just has a few more details on it, including a license plate. But yeah, definitely cool. All right, there's that 308. So next up, we'll just go into the GM cars. So these ones back here loose. I've had these already. This one, the 69 or 70 Chevy Blazer. This one debuted in the 2011 garage line. This was the first one. Fortunately, that one's got a little messed up stuff on the tampo there for the Chevrolet. This one was loose. I got this one off Whatnot from someone. I don't even remember who. But yeah, so that is the Blazer. Probably one of the more common ones. Next up, quick look at the 67 Olds 442, another debut in this 2011 garage line. Huh. Anyway, this was the first color. This is easily one of my favorite Hot Wheels castings in a general sense. I love this casting. I think I believe it was Brendan Design. He did an awesome job on it. Now, while this red one is really nice, if you read Lamley Group and remember one of my earliest articles, it might have even been my first one that I wrote on there. This yellow one is easily one of my absolute favorite Hot Wheels releases of all time. Like, just this specific version. I absolutely love this Olds 442. Done up in this yellow with the gold and the dark gold stripe like that, using these Real Rider slotted wheels. It's just this is in my opinion, a perfect Hot Wheels release. Absolutely love this piece. Easily like a top 10 all-time Hot Wheels release in my opinion. For me. Freaking love this one. All right. And then this one, this one's an interesting one. So the 69 Chevy truck, custom obviously, custom 69 Chevy truck. This one is quite uncommon. So toward the end of the series, obviously, especially back then, stores were ordering fewer and fewer cases, and this one was in what I believe was the J case, J mix, which I believe was the second to last mix. And for whatever reason, that mix of these the allotment of those cases, if they ended up stateside, I want to say it was pretty much only through hobby dealers. That J case was pretty much nowhere. There was one case after that, the K mix. I'll get into that one probably no, I'll get into that a little later. But anyway, that J mix never. As far as I know, never showed up stateside. Other than maybe through hobby dealers. I know retail pretty much never got them. Yeah, this was only in that case. That pink Impala back there was also for a J case car. And anything else I have here? I don't think anything else I have on this table was in that mix. No, I got some stuff in the next video that would be from that. But one of the most desired one out of that was the yellow and black Power Wagon. I've never seen that for probably less than $100. But But this one was quite uncommon. I actually had 3 of these though. I did a trade with a guy over in Vietnam through Instagram. Something like 10 years ago to do that trade. And I got 3 of these. I got that pink Impala. Those are the key ones that I got out of him. Super happy, and I was super happy to get them. I think I might still have one of these carded. I know I sold one on Whatnot. Actually, no, I think I sold both on Whatnot. The 2 remaining ones, I think I sold on Whatnot. But that one is a really cool one. And so next up, we'll look at some of the other loose ones I got here. First up, look at this Corvette C6R. This one was it just the one color? Yeah, this was, I believe, just the one color. This one came out of a garage box again. The 30 car box again. But it was released single. So, not an issue. Or, this might come out of the GM box now I think about it. The Ford versus GM box. I don't know. Either way, it came out of one of the box sets. So, yeah, just satin blue with the turbine wheels. Looks like a race car. Alright, next up, we'll get to that one in a minute. We got the 57 Chevy Bel Air. So, and unlike the ones used in the 2010 Garage line, they used the opening hood version for the 2011 Garage series, which I was really happy to see. Yeah, it's done up yellow, white with yellow and white two-tone paint with some yellow scallops within the white, and gray steely wheels. So, fortunately, the lines there, the scallops there are not too centered, and they aren't on that other one back there that has kind of shitty paint. So, it was one of the big problems at the time, especially right around the time when these were getting made. There was a lot of paint lineup issues. There was a lot of paint quality issues coming out of the Malaysia plant. All right, next up, we got the 67 Firebird. Yeah, just 67 Pontiac Firebird. Brennan Vitusky design. This one just done up in kind of a metallic champagne tan color. Definitely a good one. And then this one, second color, in this kind of a dark brown color. This one was easily the less common one. I think this was only in one mix. This was in a couple mixes, plus it was in, I think, both the Walmart 30 car set and the Ford versus GM Toys R Us box. But this one was a solo release. And I kind of, despite not being much of a fan of brown cars, I kind of like this one more. So this one was cool to obtain. Another one is just, it's not too common. I mean, it's not quite perfect. Now I'm really looking at it. Got a little nick there on the roof. And just a little defect in the paint there on the front fender. I mean, otherwise it's fine. Yeah, I surprisingly like this color more than that champagne one. All right, next we'll open that one later. Look at this 69 Chevelle. Another one that, while it had the solo release, it also was in the, I think it was in both box sets actually. So, yeah, just 69 Chevelle, two-tone gray and silver paint with steely wheels. Looks good. Alright, so now we'll go into the carded ones. I'll open that Camaro once I get to the other one. Let's see here. So this is the full list of what was in this line. So the panel had one color, 65 Impala had one, the Olds had two, the Nova had one, the pickup had one, the Blazer has four, but I'll get to that in a minute. Corvette Stingray, I didn't bother keeping that one. That one has two. It was the Corvette Stingray concept car. Don't have either one. Don't really care to have it. Then the Variate, one color, and that Eldorado. Remember I was saying about the JMX pretty much only showing up out internationally? The Eldorado was in the K-Mix. And it wasn't in every case. That one's fun to try to find. Yeah, the Malibu, one color, GTO, one color, the 69 Camaro, one color, GSX, one color. The Monty had two. Oh no, there's the Stingray concept. So that's the Corvette Stingray, I think is the old 62 Corvette. I think the Corvette Stingray, I think it was the race Corvette Stingray concept. I was the concept car. That one had two colors. Don't care to have it. The Bel Air got it. 67 Camaro, two colors. Pontiac Firebird, two colors. 69 Chevelle, one color. 70 Chevelle Wagon, one color. C6R, one color. Hotbird, one color. So, yeah. So there is the Variate. It was kind of interesting. They used the Variate in 2010 Garage, then 2011 Garage, and then 2012 Boulevard. They're using all three premium lines. Or they're using the premium line 3 successive years. Yeah. So here's the Variate. I mentioned before, I'm actually a really big fan of this casting. I have been since it debuted. It's one of the few castings I am aiming to own every release of it. There is one that's going to be super fun to try to get because it was a playset exclusive. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, so that is the Variate. Next up, we got the 70 Chevelle Wagon. This one, I think I actually have a few of these. Yeah, so just SS stripes on the roof with some ghost flames. And that's about it. Good simple look. But it's effective. And just stick that one right there. Next up, 67 GTO. That is copper and black color. So, yeah. Fun release for a older casting that I do very much enjoy. Next up, the white GSX. So, yeah. This is another one. I know it was in the it's in, I think, the Ford versus GM box set. And as I recall, got a lot of stuff on it. Hang on. Yeah, so here's the GSX, and as I recall, this is the only time this casting has been released with a metal base. Which is a shame. It's a really nice casting. This would fit very nicely in the modern Boulevard line. Or it's something. Yeah, I'll put you right there. So next up, go ahead and look at both Monte Carlos. First of the 70 Monte Carlo was this kind of two-tone champagne and brown or something like that. There is that 70 Monte Carlo. But the one to really find is this lime green one. This one is, again, it was like a later release. Not super rare, but it doesn't pop up too often. And it is indeed the much sharper release of the car. There is that Monte Carlo. Next up, we'll look at the 65 Chevy Malibu. Gray and orange. So, not too much with this one. Just do. Yeah. Something with the quality out of freaking Malaysia at this time was not the best. Yeah, still. Yeah, at least it rolls. That rear axle is not in place too well. Alright, next up, we got the 55 Chevy panel, two-tone gold and black. This was the second time this casting got released without no motorcycle. Okay. Still a cool truck. Moon discs were kind of an interesting choice on this one. Yeah. Still a cool release. Alright, next up, go ahead and look at the 67 Camaro. The blue one was the first color. There we go. It does still open on here, but it's really stiff and I don't want to break the damn thing, so we're going to leave it closed. And then the second color was this yellow one. And of all the regular car releases that were in the set that weren't exclusive to the box sets, this was the only one that was the second color. So, yeah. There's that 67 Camaro. And next up, we'll look at the 69 Camaro convertible. Silver stripes on that, and bad paint. You see the dark blue in the stripes there. Yeah. So, yeah. That's the 69 Camaro. And then we got, at least last for these card ones, we got the Hot Bird. Super popular one, of course. So there's that. Alright, now we'll go ahead and get to these ones. So what do I want to do first? These first. Alright, so you heard me mention the Walmart 30 car set. That's what this version of the Blazer was from. This was exclusive to said box set. So there's that Blazer. Next up, we got this one. This was from the Ford versus Chevy, or Ford versus GM box set. Again, that one had 4 exclusives in it because it had this one as well as what the hell was the other Chevy that was exclusive in there? What the hell was it? Oh, that one, no, yeah, that had a red and black 67 Camaro. That was exclusive to that box set. So there is that Chevy Blazer. And then the somewhat rare, fairly rare color of the Blazer done up in silver and blue. This is actually the most recent car I've added to the 2011 Garage collection. And there it is. This one's, I like this one. Easily my favorite one of the 4. There's that. We'll put you right there. All right, and then next up, we'll go ahead and open up this 65 Impala. So this one is not mint. This from getting this from the guy over in Vietnam. It was in some, I guess it was just some random shop that was around where he lived. And the packages on all the cars I got from him were just absolutely wrecked. So this thing was bouncing around, hanging around for a while over there. Like I had one of the cars I got had this was even stapled and had like hole punches throughout the card. I can't remember. I think that was the Olds 442 I grabbed from him. So unfortunately, we do got that package rub on the hood there. Like I said, this thing had been just kind of sitting around and just got knocked all to hell. But definitely a cool one to finally have. It was definitely awesome to add this one, being it was only in that JMX. So now we got it here. And we've only had this one in a metal base twice, the other one being in Boulevard. All right, and lastly, we got the VW drag bus. So this one, kind of a weird one. This is the only color that was released of the drag bus. So I don't know if like it was supposed to have I'm sure it was supposed to have a different color for the Solo at some point in the line. It just never ended up happening. And then this, in a general sense, the VW drag bus ended up just being exclusive to the Walmart 30 car set. So I do wonder what that other color would have been like. And the one thing that kind of stinks was a problem for a while back then. It would not crimp the damn tabs to hold the wheels in real well, if at all. So I will actually probably end up trying to glue that in place. Maybe. We'll see. It looks like they tried to crimp it, but it barely even did get crimped. Yeah. So I don't know. So and that was something I didn't notice when I bought this, at least for this one. It just kind of ended up that way. Actually, I might be able to just get that into the tabs, not have to worry about it. But anyway, there is your drag bus. And that will do it for part 1 of 2011 Garage. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and tune in tomorrow for the Ford and Mopar sets. Have a good one.